Dates, data and my diary. 8th of March, 29th of March, 12th of April, 17th of May and 21st of June. They're all marked in my diary, in pencil of course. Predictably, there isn't a lot else in the diary, and even these dates are far from definite. They all, or so we've been assured, depend on the data being favourable. But I fear there are many who have entered these dates in their diaries with a red pen and underlined them, and so will be very upset if Boris dares to change any one of them. But he might have to. This then got me thinking about planning and also flexibility. Some of us are planners and schedulers. We like things to be fixed and organised well in advance. Others tend to fly by the seat of their pants. They're far more adaptable and happily adjust to last-minute changes. Living in Nepal showed me the strengths and weaknesses of both types of approach to life. My Nepali friends eventually learnt that if they wanted me to speak in a meeting, they needed to issue the invitation more than half an hour before the service began. Preferably at least a week before. I learnt that they were masters in the art of rising to the occasion, always ready to seize an opportunity, always, as St. Peter advised, prepared to give an answer to everyone who asks you to give the reason for the hope that you have. Both approaches are good, and they complement each other. But why am I telling you all this? It's because pondering this matter of dates made me think of another Bible verse, this time in the letter of James, chapter 4, verses 13 to 15, where it says, "Now listen, you who say today or tomorrow, we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business and make money. Why, you don't even know when that will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You're a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that." Now, does that depress you or make you feel excited? Over the years in Nepal, I became somewhat more, though never completely flexible, and my Nepali friends discovered that preparation and planning could also be profitable. I am finding that it's exciting to live each day expecting the Lord to guide me, though I confess I do still have a tendency to want to know in advance what is going to happen and when. Has 2020 and the pandemic changed your attitude here, I wonder? Are you now banking on those dates and organising family get-togethers and planning your holiday in Greece or Spain? Or are you patiently waiting to see what happens to the R number, the incidence of COVID cases, how much pressure the NHS is under, and how soon the vaccination rollout will reach a safe level? Are you happily, albeit uncomfortably, still wearing your mask, staying 2 meters apart and not hugging your grandparents/grandchildren, and prepared to keep on doing all this if the data indicates it's needed? It's not easy, is it, to balance these two options, especially for those lonely on their own, those with children under their feet, and those who are desperate to return to work with a guaranteed regular income. However, can I encourage you to remember what St. James said and be prepared to either ink in the dates or rub them out and change them, whichever it seems the Lord is indicating for our safety and that of others. When we're struggling, it's so good to remember a couple of other verses. Jesus said, "Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself." And Peter wrote, "Cast all your anxiety on him," that is on Jesus, "because he cares for you." Just one last thought. For me, there's only one special date written in ink in my diary, because it's perhaps more certain than all the others, and that's the 11th of April. It's when I go for my second COVID jab. Have you got yours booked?